if we think longer term, one thing you mentioned, obviously how fast AI is growing. I'm sure you're using it every day. I'm using it every day. I want everybody that works for me to be using it every day. The AI agents are like growing so fast. A month ago, a couple weeks ago, we started setting up our Claude bot here on a Mac Mini, and now it's like we don't even need it anymore. Now it can all be done online. I'm telling my guys, like, we can't even be building on this stuff anymore because by the time we get it figured out, it's like already obsolete, you know? I saw reports from McKinsey saying that in the next 4 years, they expect agent to agent commerce to be up to $5 trillion. And there's this, if you sort of think through what this technology does, and these agents really are sort of acting as these autonomous agents on our behalf, we can just start to see all the commerce that's being done there, right? So agents into commerce, or an agentic economy, if you want to call it that. When I think about that,
Yep.
certainly on the job side, which we've already covered. But when I think about like the problems with the fiat monetary system that we have today working in that agent economy, the machine economy, and there's just no way that it works for a bunch of reasons. I'm just curious how you think, or if you're thinking about that, what that means for Bitcoin, stable coins, crypto in general, moving forward to that economy.
I wrote a series of essays last year, maybe the year before last, about how agents are not going to use fiat currency rails. They're going to use some sort of crypto rails. And I think that Bitcoin is the best currency for agents, but it could be something that they create themselves. We don't know. But what we do know is that it's too slow to use our systems, our legal system, our banking system. If you want to talk about autonomous agents doing the things that we want them to do, I think at the pace we want them to do it at, like we don't want to wait
Yeah.
2 minutes now for our agent to do something. Hey, I want that flight booked immediately. I want that hotel. I want you to have done whatever. Like AI is supposed to be this revolutionary thing. Why is it not working fast enough? That's where we're gonna get to in terms of our impatience with AI. And so if an AI agent needs to go and use services of other AI agents across the internet, they cannot use any of these systems that we use today. They need to use something cryptographic that is fast enough for what they need to do and what we expect them to do as people essentially employing them to do our bidding. And so I definitely believe that there's going to be a massive agentic economy that's going to use crypto rails. And it's going to be an interesting narrative because I'm sure a lot of payments solutions or bridges or stablecoin issuers are now going to sort of try to slot themselves in on this narrative of like how there's going to be all these agents using their stack and therefore they deserve this particular valuation because you assume this many transactions, right? And so I think that's going to be a major narrative that is starting to gain steam now that we see, what these agents can do for us. And now there's this like rush to have your own sort of instance of Claude bot. And there's like some like mania in China. People are going and signing up to use their open source Claude bot to do stuff, right? So we're creating these agents faster and faster. We're going to use some sort of cryptographic rail. Which one? I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some standout projects, at least from a narrative perspective, that are going to attach themselves to this. And we're going to say, oh, that's going to be the solution to the agentic economy. Whether or not it actually happens is not the point.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going to see a few tokens really pump on that narrative. I don't know what those are yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's still so early. I mean, to your point, I think Bitcoin is the best one. Stable coins are sort of maybe going to fill that gap. A couple of things I think about that is just like, how does the internet work in that day and age, right? Because like the way the internet is built today is based off of data and eyeballs, right? So like if I go to the weather website, weather.com, to see what the weather is, they show me an ad. So they pay for the website based off of an ad. But if my agent goes and checks the weather before it books my plane ticket, they didn't get the revenue from the ad. So now how do they get paid? So they're probably going to need to charge for an API
Right.
call, right? So like the way the web is built is completely different, right? So now they have to charge for an API call, but how much is that API call worth? Well, what do they make on one banner impression, right? So a fraction of a penny, right? If you start thinking about it like that, but then the problem that I think is that I'm curious if you've thought down this level, but like you could see how stablecoins could do fractions of penny transactions at high frequency. So it could do an API call 50 times or 100
Yep.
times, right? But the problem that I see in our traditional financial system that we have today is KYC AML, which is a problem. But even more problematic than that seems to be fraud detection and liability. So like fraud detection, if they see a lot of small transactions coming in, they'll freeze it. There's fraud detection. But then also credit cards have liability. They want every transaction to have a human authorize it. So then you're liable for it. So then like, how does the machine be liable? And that's kind of where I start thinking about, we need something permissionless to get around that. So even if we have stable coins, I don't know if that part could solve it. I don't know if you've thought down to that level.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we're going to see some new standards. I think there's been a few different companies releasing, the connectivity standard between the old web, if you want to call it that, and these agents. We're going to start seeing content obviously made targeting agents and not like SEO in terms of the human looking at it from a search engine. It's like, okay, well, how does this agent crawl my website? How do I make sure that they're not bots spamming me? So maybe, yeah, to your point, there's going to be some sort of micro payment involved. What is that backbone going to be? And you're already starting to see some of the standard promoters start saying, oh, the L1 of that I represent is definitely suited for the agentic economy because transactions are this cheap. The finality is this. These are sort of the authentication things we can build natively at the protocol level, right? That's the noise we're starting to see to address these problems that you're talking about. Who's actually going to be successful? I don't know.
Yeah. It's so early. It's so early. I did see Bitcoin Policy Institute came out with a paper that said all the AIs they pulled preferred to use Bitcoin. So we'll see where that.
Oh, wow, what do you want
Yeah,
there?
we'll see where that goes. Hey, if you like this short conversation I just had, you're gonna love the full length conversation. Don't miss it. You can go ahead and click right over here, and I'll see you over there.